thank Chief Caulfield for this tremendous opportunity. As a lifelong Rochesterian, one cannot help but be tremendously proud of the Rochester Fire Department and the tremendous tradition it has in this community. And I am very honored by this opportunity. It's been a real pleasure for me to work with Chief Caulfield and Chief Matrano and Chief McClary over the past 4 years in my role as Director of the Neighborhood Service Center program. Together we opened up, I think, a new level of collaboration and teamwork as we approached code enforcement, customer service, and other ways of delivering services to the people of Rochester more efficiently. That was part of the reason that when we worked toward the consolidation of the Neighborhood Service Center program with economic development and community development, that I thought about the fire department and Chief Caulfield's proposal that I come to work here. Because I wanted to continue working with innovative leadership, working with people who cared about customer service, people who cared about continuous improvement, and people who cared about community outreach. And I think this position does all that. I did have some other offers, but it really seemed like a great fit for me, and I hope to do the best job I possibly can for the hardworking men and women of the Rochester Fire Department and the citizens of the city of Rochester. I too want to really thank Chief McClary in particular for his encouragement and his willingness to share his advice and his support over the past couple of weeks and the couple of weeks to come. I have huge shoes to fill, so I hope everybody gives me a little bit of time to try and learn all the things that I have to learn, but I'm really looking forward to it. I also really want to thank the men and women of the Rochester Fire Department who, over the past couple of weeks, have really shared their good wishes and their support for this appointment, and I'm looking forward to working with them. And with that, thanks again, and I'm sure we'll take some questions.
Absolutely. Anybody? Or is it shy?
Well, Chief, there's no doubt people,
yes.
You alluded to it in what you were saying about the political patronage of this. Is there anything else that you want to see? I mean, did you look outside this city for people to fill this position? And
I did not look outside. I did not even advertise this job opening. I knew the kind of person, the character, the quality, the skill set that I was looking for, and Molly's that person. You mentioned the political appointment piece. I know that's been sort of a rumor and discussion, and certain people advance that as a reason for this. Those of you who know me kind of know how I am. I'm very direct. I am very committed to doing business this way, bringing the best people on and putting them in the best spots, holding them accountable. But specific to the political loyalty piece, I've been thinking about this. I knew this question would come up. I'll turn it back to you. Would a politician be the type of person that would write themselves out of a job? That sounds unlike any politician I've ever heard of. That's exactly what Molly did in her previous job. She wrote herself out of a job, a department head job. So I think it's very unfair to put the political label in there. I understand people will hold that opinion. I'm not going to attempt to change that train of thought, but I went to the mayor and told him what I had in mind. He gave me the blessing and said, it's your department, you lead it the way you see fit. And that's about as far as it's gone.
the mayor had nothing to do with it?
No, except to say, that's fine. The mayor and I talked briefly early this afternoon about that. He said, in fact, he's never stepped below the department head level to make a promotion or an announcement or anything like that. He deals with department heads. And that's up to the department heads to run the department. This is no different. I did not seriously.
Did you tailor the job then for Molly?
No, that's not true. I go a little bit different route. When Chief McClary, just to give you a quick history, real quick, I promise. Chief McClary announced in the summer that he was planning on retiring. It really forced us to acknowledge, all the different areas of expertise that we put on his plate, and that he's been able to handle it because of his 20 years of experience. It's unfair. We counted him up, and we came up with 12 different areas of primary responsibility. That's crazy for one person to be carrying that. But that's by virtue of all the different jobs he's done in the department. For instance, fire investigation reported to Chief McClary because he had experience in fire investigation. Well, in fact, with this whole reorganization, fire investigations going over to the operations side of the Chief Matrano where it belongs. That's just one example. So no, we didn't tailor make it. We took an existing job description, we changed it to reflect, and I don't know the last time it was written in the 80s, I believe. We changed it to reflect what we think the Director of Administration should be doing.
Did you ever consider a current firefighter moving him or her up? Did you ever look at that possibility?
We did consider that, we discussed it, and here's really what we came to. And that's absolutely my preferred approach is that we promote from within, and we develop our folks so that they're ready to step into these skill sets. Here's what we were faced with. We recognized that the amount of work and experience required to succeed and excel at this job were really off the chart. And we had 2 ways to go. One, we could promote a person from within and spend 2 years probably developing them before they're really ready to step into that role, or we can bring somebody in that has that skill set. We chose the latter. I would continue to tell you that my goal is to develop our people so that we don't have to look beyond the Rochester Fire Department. But in this case, we had a professional right at our doorstep and can hit the ground running. You know, these budget challenges are pretty severe. We face them, we continue to face them in the Rochester Fire Department. We need to be ahead of the curve, not behind the curve.
Are you seeing significant budget cuts and a major restructuring to reflect that? Is that
we, like every other department in the city, were asked to submit a plan for a mid-year budget cut. The mayor has not made his decision on how that's going to happen. But I would say with Steve pending retirement, if somebody like Molly or an inexperienced person stepped into that job, it would probably be Chief Matrano and I to try to figure that out. I want as many fresh perspectives and ideas, and bringing that policy experience that Molly brings to the table is incredibly valuable to me as chief.
but mid-year cuts, do you foresee layoffs or?
No, I do not foresee layoffs.
What about closing firehouses?
I don't foresee closing firehouses, fire companies, or laying anybody off. I do not foresee that. But you know, that doesn't happen by accident. Again, I look at Canada. Nobody could have foreseen them laying off 50% of their career workforce. I need to make sure that doesn't happen. It's even considered here in Rochester. That's going to take preparation. I can wish all I want. That's not going to get us too far, is it?
Chief, you mentioned the administrative and code enforcement background. When it comes to the planning and research, which you're just
Yes.
the deputy chief for, how much of a learning curve or does there need to be there? I mean, how much does fire service background play in some of those other functions?
Planning and research, as I see it, is going to fit closely into my accreditation initiative. It's gathering certain types of data and information. Much of that Chief McClurry's put in place for us. We're going to continue to move forward into things like GIS. Those are administrative skills. They're not fire department specific skills.